I don't know what it is, but I feel like we're closer right now to the folks at home.
I do too.
We are advancing through this incredible training, and so we're just going to keep going. Now, we were talking about raising capital from friends and family and that kind of thing, and I just wanted to hammer home the validity of that, because I meet entrepreneurs all the time, and I'm not exaggerating. I've probably met thousands of entrepreneurs who've reached out to me to help them grow a business or start one, and they say, I can't get capital. But I'm just going to give you some examples, Thrivers. Sam Walton, he was able to get his original money from his father-in-law. So his wife, Helen, her dad, gave her dad, who lived in Claremore, Oklahoma, the birthplace of capitalism, I guess, he lent him some money. Steve Jobs, his dad said, hey, you can office in my garage, and gave him a little bit of capital. Walt Disney, his brother Roy, came to the table and said, I'll help you. So, I mean, if you're watching this and you're thinking, banks have told you no, nobody wants to help you, you do have people around you who want to support you in some small way. And if you don't,
love you very, very much.
You shouldn't feel bad or disqualified from being able to start a business if you can't get a bank loan, right?
Right. I mean, do your legwork before, and honestly, present the idea like you would a bank, right?
Yeah.
Come to them with a business plan, with your idea, how much money you want to borrow or have them invest in you. And guys, your mother or your father, someone loves you. There is someone on earth that likes you, even likes you. We're going to go love, let's say even likes you, and is willing to get behind you. If they see passion, people, even a neighbor, people are willing to put their money on the underdog, right?
Yeah.
Because somebody that really wants to go for it. We love those stories.
I just want to encourage everybody watching this to hammer home what you said. You can do it. You can do this. Don't let this be a stumbling block. But at the same time, I know that we need to balance the need for creating something awesome while dealing with the realities of having a limited budget. So let's just say all my family's come to the table. They've put in $500 each. Now I'm starting my blog.
You are loaded.
So if
$500 a piece.
I've started my WordPress site.
Yeah.
And my with a total budget, let's say, of $2,000.
Right.
How do you balance the need to make high quality stuff without being on a limited budget? What suggestions would you have for the Thrivers across the planet?
Well, I mean, for what I do specifically and creating content for families, so I have to be aware of most families don't have a craft studio, and they don't have thousands of dollars of craft products or, premium craft goods. So I create content with things that are in my house and that any family would have. And I create techniques and projects and products that everybody in America will have, in the world will have. We might paint a spatula. So we might, make a mobile out of paper, triangles. So typically create content and if you look at lifestyle brands and any publishers that are in my space, they will often do the same thing. And this is really cool. You can actually, you don't have to be a DIYer or a product creator. You can just be a curator. So you can write an article about 25 ice cream recipes and travel all over the internet and find 25 incredible recipes that other people made and promote those people. Now, that's not original content, but you can use those to write an article. So that's free. That's just your time.
Can I ask this? Can you define what a DIYer is and what a curator is for maybe somebody who doesn't quite understand what those terms mean or doesn't understand how you mean to define them?
Okay, so DIY, that is a good question. I was being interviewed by CNN, and the interviewer did not know a DIY. And she's like, well, I said, it's do it yourself. And she said, no, I'll just say do it yourself. Then I said, no, it's DIY. But yes, it's an acronym for do it yourself. And so a DIY project, we often think of Martha Stewart as the pioneer of the DIY.
Yeah.
But DIYs have been around for a long time, and the kids' craft books and things like that from the 70s. And
what about a curator?
Curator, or a writer or whatever. A curator is somebody that puts a collection of images together for the audience. So often they would say on Pinterest or you're curating the content. Basically you're an editor. You know,
And the reason why I'm bringing up these terms is we live in a time, and you mentioned it earlier, and I 100% agree. This is the best time in the history of the planet to be an entrepreneur.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's awesome.
And the money, like the funny, like to get the word out about things, it's like free. I mean, Facebook is free. Pinterest is free.
Now I'm 33, and I know you're 22, so we've been around for a while. But when I started my first business, I used to have to mail the brides a contract. They would then mail the contract back. Email was so ridiculously slow that no one wanted to use it. There wasn't social media. There wasn't. So I don't think people realize what a great opportunity we have right now. And anybody can be a DIYer or a curator, and it just requires your time.
Anybody can be a publisher. I mean, anybody can start a magazine. Anybody can start a company. I mean, Etsy with $10 a month, $10. $10. $10 bucks. You can have an Etsy shop and literally reach millions of people.